doesn't really need that doesn't really do you in order to be
Exactly, read balance sheet.
yeah, but reading a balance sheet is different from actually having to do accounting on a daily basis. So I think as a manager, you need to be able to read a profit and loss statement and a balance sheet. And if you have questions, okay, I want to know more about this number, then you can ask an expert to explain that. But do you really need to know how to do accounting in the depth of detail?
Same.
So that's why
IT balance sheet.
But that's why I wonder, do we really need to know how AI works under the hood in order to leverage its advantages?
Many cases their judgment is wrong. Because current most advanced computer technology, if they does not catch up with human being judgment. So we need to make criticize what parameter is wrong. So should we need to follow?
Back at parameters.
I can't believe everything they are output. IBM output or Google output, I can't believe all of those. Okay, some cases they are right, but we need to adjust the parameter. Then we can get the good result. For example, this company or some other transportation company, they can prepare 20, 30 parameters, put in data and the result coming out. But many cases, oh, okay, this is it's different from my sense, right? And then I'm going to tell to the IBM consultant. But the answer is no, client, this is very accurate. This is the best solution.
But
But
I'm
if
still
I'm going to
doubtful.
tell them, no, your parameter like this is wrong.
Okay. But I'm still doubtful to the need of having to set parameters at all.
Oh, okay. You are going to believe IT technology? No, you don't. You should not. You should doubt them. Computer is not almighty.
Well, AI in itself, I mean, AI is not the entire solution, right? So if we're gonna create a driverless vehicle, we need some AI, but we also need to set parameters. But that is separate. That's not because a self-driving vehicle completely based on AI, that's not going to work. That's basically
No, it does work. AI does work, but which portion we are going to believe them? This is the issue. AlphaGo, okay, they win.
okay. I'll give you an example. No, I'll give you an example, right? So the driverless vehicle. Um, you need AI, for example, to recognize to see the difference between a tree and a person, because the tree will definitely not move, but the person may move. Therefore, there is a chance that this person will move in front of your car and you create an accident. So AI, you need to be able to recognize um, the different things that you observe. You need AI to make an assessment about the speed of the car ahead of you. You need AI for a lot of things. But for example, you cannot use AI to make a decision whether or not to brake. Ultimately, there you need to set a parameter because, for example, if you see something is moving and there is let's say that AI calculates that there is a 1% chance that this person might move in front of your car. What do? Do you decide to brake or not to brake? You cannot let the machine decide that. You need to set the parameter and say, okay, if there is a 1% chance brake, if there is 0.1% brake, if there is a 0.001%, then continue. That parameter needs to be set because that's a decision that ultimately you need to make as a human. So how much do you care for safety? If 100% safe doesn't exist, 100% safe doesn't move, it's not a car. That is 100% safe, right? So you need to have acceptable level of risk. That's where you set the parameter. But the AI itself doesn't work with parameters. We just need to use parameters to control how the AI operates in daily life. But it's a collaboration. AI in itself does not need parameters to be set. That's the intrinsic nature of AI. AI by itself calculates the parameter settings. That's what it does.
But so far, AI can manage all driving perfectly.
Yes.
But exception is emergency. They cannot control it.
So they need to have
Right?
they need us human beings to make decisions about how to uh, how to react, how to respond to certain values in the system. So the system evaluates we are driving at this speed. The system evaluates maybe the road conditions. The system evaluates the object is getting closer. Then the system calculates a kind of a risk that we will collide, and based on the speed that we have, the road condition, and the speed of the person that is approaching the vehicle, then that percentage, there we need to say stop or go. And that is something that the machine cannot decide, or the machine should not decide, because the machine might decide, okay, well, 50% chance is acceptable for me, so I just keep going. But humans don't want to accept that kind of risk, so they say, okay, well, if there is a risk bigger than 0.01% that this person will actually this object will hit the car, then brake
So we need to design how AI can
to contain AI.
adapting of human society.
Yes,
And
but that's not the AI in itself. That is basically how we want the AI to respond in case, or how do we want to respond to certain outcomes that AI calculates for us.
and some cases, human being should involve how to control AI output.
Yes.
In these cases, we need to define which area AI can develop for human society.
Yes.
And China made the action. Okay, for driving, we try to prepare special lane for driving. So no problem at all. People will not get involved in the lane for driving. So
But
AI
still,
can.
there's risk, right? Because there's other cars driving in that lane. There could be
No, this lane
cat.
is this lane is special only for driving.
Right, but it's not one car who drives there. There's all the cars who are self-driving driving that lane. So there are other objects that could theoretically collide with each other. Or there could be a cat, or there could be a storm, and a tree falls on that lane.
Currently, this perfectly they can manage.
How? That's impossible.
AI can do that now, but they cannot handle
Not
that
perfect.
only exception.
Yeah, but it's not perfect. Of
What
course,
do
it's
you
not perfect because there are
Okay, one example is just the thunders,
yeah
like a storm.
heavy rain.
In this case, okay.
Other vehicles
rain.
on the track, the other automatic driving
Yeah,
vehicles.
this case is they can
Animals
they
that
can, they,
walk on that
they
lane.
they can handle it.
Right. So there's always risk. As soon as a vehicle starts driving, of course, there's a limited risk.
You're right. This is right. But Chinese government they don't care. Right?
Well, no, it's an acceptable risk. I mean, basically, we should not. I think it is
thunders and heavy rain they stop close the lane.
possible, but then would you want to use a automatic driving vehicle? Because maybe you, as a person, as a driver, think, okay, well, in that case, I just want to take over. How do you get this?
Do you know him?
Yeah.
I met with him today.
Today?
No, 2 days ago.
Oh, really?
Do you know him?
What do you think about him?
He's okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
ちょっと富のないやつ. Be careful
You know
who
him?
messes with him, yeah.
Yeah.
Can I
Do you know
tell you, Roy?
this one? Huh? One more.
Japan
I miss my name card. One more. I just lost it. One more. I can.
So
He's
this is
interesting.
travel agency.
No, travel system.
He's very knowledgeable, actually. He knows a lot.
He's making travel system, computer system.
Computer system. Is it like a booking system for airlines or
Oh
something?
yeah. And recently I tried to join kind of meeting and try to find out deep learning or quantum computer how preparing in Japan. So I'm meeting with many people, and this one is normal security person. This one is he is a expert for physics, quantum computing. I found him. I'm going to meet with him next year and take dinner with him. I studied from him. He's very good knowledge of quantum computer.
Just don't do business with him.
No, I didn't put any information on my. I put a name, but I don't contact. Some is I'm going to do it. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so basically, there's always risk. We cannot say.
Yeah, I agree with you.
completely.
I got China decided, okay, AI is not almighty, and limit their capacity. They limit their technology. So Chinese government tried to adopt some specific treatment and try to make a law and using specialized lane and decided to bus and taxis for the special lane and they decided to go. But America, they cannot do that because of emergency cases. Whole driving system cannot handle it. So they said 20, 30 years later, maybe. But China decided they're going to start now. Okay, just specific condition prepared. They go to the AI. But what my concern is, this is a old driving case.
Yeah.
But actually, the current businesses they don't stop it. They try to
No.
utilize quantum computer using system. This case is okay. Which level of AI technology we're going to believe? Are you going to believe IBM? Are you going to believe Google? I don't think so.
Well, the thing is, actually, I think there's first of all.
This is my question. Do you understand?
Yeah. So I think first of all, there is we should not make the mistake of trying to make a self-driving vehicle or AI perfect. I think the main objective is to make it better than we humans can do. So, for example, if we are using AI, Google AI, to learn how to play Go or how to play chess or how to play shogi, the goal is to beat the strongest human being. The same goal should apply for self-driving vehicles. We can try to be 100% risk-free, but we will never achieve that. As soon as that thing starts running.
Yeah.
So basically, we should know, okay, it's better than a human. And it's not that hard because humans are very imperfect when it comes to driving. They are tired. They drink something. They have a discussion, distracted.
Oh, by the way, I think a question for you. How do you think about the truck driver 3.5 million in the States in the next 5 years?
Yeah, well, I think probably under the law, it will take a little time to change the law. So the next 3 years, I'm not sure whether they can change the law quick enough to allow for driverless vehicles. So probably they still want to have at least some person on board to be able to correct if this goes wrong.
Okay, my guess is highway, no driver. Okay, highway, no driver.
Completely driverless?
No driver. And they have driver is driver station from street
Yeah.
to the highway. Okay, they're going to driver. We need driver on that street, downtown. And the truck is getting the highway. Okay, truck is kind of system. Okay, at least their kind of system is 10 trucks in line.
Already.
10 trucks in line. Okay, and the front truck they have driver, but 9 trucks no driver because following. And this is a highway. Okay, go down to the highway. They have truck yard. Okay, 10 truck yard in line. Then 10 drivers get on the truck and go down to.
How is it going if there's a traffic light?
What do you mean traffic light?
Well, if you are in the front truck and there are 10 trucks behind you, the traffic light goes red.
That's the only highway.
No, highway
Only
is no
highway.
truck light.
Oh, so there's never only the
I thought
the freeway.
Yeah, you were talking about the freeway or the
Yeah,
Japanese highway.
5 hours, 10 hours.
Like it's kind of a tollway.
That's right. So it means my guess is 3.5 million driver reduced to 500,000. 500,000, 1/10.
It's
This is okay. This
I
kind
don't know
of
10, but
this kind of sort of things we need to.
How would it feel to be the front truck and having 10 trucks behind you and you're
Yeah,
driving?
this is
10?
actually
I'm
currently
not sure 10 tracks, but I think 3 or 4 is already there.
already happening.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think three tracks.
No, 30.
What?
30 truck is
Wait,
changing.
which country?
No, we're going to be
In Japan? Sorry.
no, in America.
US.
It's capable. Capable.
Yeah. I mean, if 3 is possible, then 300 is also possible.
Okay, I'm talking about
Only 20.
not all or nothing. Okay,
Okay.
not all or nothing. Partially, we can rely on AI. 100% we cannot believe AI. So any kind of industry, like a China 2025, any kind of industry, they're going to adopt AI.
No, exactly.
So which level of AI we're going to rely on them? This is the point. Not all or nothing. Okay, maybe this kind of system we can believe 80%. This kind of system we need to make adjustment. Then we can fully utilization for the AI technology. Some cases still we are not difficult to adopt AI technology. So this is we need to. Who's going to make judgment? IBM, Google? I don't think so. Because they don't know the management and the technology. They are techies, okay? But we need to consider bridging management and technology. Okay, so a management stand, just Ed said, human beings need to involve many areas. Yes, I believe that. But some cases you don't need to involve. But who's going to decide? And 100% capability, 100% for sure? No, we don't need to 80%. Human being make judgment is perfect, right? And sufficient at the human being level judgment is good enough, not 100% accuracy. In this case, which percent we can rely on this system? This is important. So at that objective, I think we need to understand how they're going to calculate this layer, what they're going to do. Without knowledge, we can make judgment, okay? They just prepare the output, IBM, Google, Amazon give the output, and then how are we going to believe it?
But
I don't believe
we do know how well the system is capable of forecasting. Like for example, we do know in isolated environments, we would be able to let AI play Go against a human player, and if we know that the AI can beat the Go player, then we would be able to say, okay, yes, we can trust that. But the next step that is crucial. If we can train AI to basically give inputs to the car, right? Because AI assesses the situation and then gives input to the car, like brake, speed up, keep the speed the same, a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right. There's not more variables than that. If AI calculates it and gives impulses to the car, to the mechanical part of driving. So there's the intelligence, the AI, and the mechanical part. Now, do we really need to know how AI is actually become better than humans, or do we need to know where we have an interface between the intelligence and the mechanical part, and try to make sure that the artificial intelligence does not exceed certain values? Like I said before, okay, when do you hit the brakes? That is when the risk is higher than 0.01,
Okay.
then you hit the brakes.
Okay.
That's basically.
Okay. Computer cannot ask you the additional information. Okay. Computer cannot ask you the additional parameters. And more deeply concerned, okay, in future, our technology can judge your personality, your character, your how to handle for the mechanical braking, your mental attitude, or your character in future.
Right.
But this might be more additional information put in the computer.
Well,
then Edo, he is very careful person, and AI system or driving system, he is very careful person, right? And then different from how to handle it. It's kind of what kind of information we're going to require. AI cannot judge by themselves. Human being can do that. Many kind of industry, okay, give you the information, okay, the parameter. They can make judgment based on the information which I gave them. But actually, they cannot judgment this is insufficient or sufficient, or they're going to pick some of parameters. Not usually, not they don't use all of them. They can use it. Sort of things like weather information. What kind of weather information, which level of detail we need to give handed over them. AI can make judgment. Just as it is, we're going to give it to them. Then result will going to be changed, going to be changed. So sort of, handling we're going to be required.
Right.
How AI is going to develop it?
But I think we should know is basically the outputs, but also the inputs. Like, for example, if you are a pilot in an airplane at the moment, we don't use AI, but we use like all the intelligence that we have developed. So we use wind speed and information from power and geographical
What we are talking about the plane.
yes,
Plane is no pilot.
that's what I said.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying.